Previously, we have designed the functional requirement document for proposal submission. Now we'll be designing up the user story for proposal submission. As in most of the companies nowadays, user story is being preferred because the feature is described more accurately from the user's perspective in a user story document rather than functional requirement document. So what is a user story? User story is a description of a software feature written from the user perspective, and it describes who, what, and why of a software feature. So for this case, as I mentioned, as a customer applying for a life insurance policy, who is the person that will be using our feature? So in this case, it would be a normal customer who will be applying for a life insurance policy would be using our feature. Okay, what he or she is trying to accomplish would come in I want to fill in my personal nominee policy and health details through an online proposal form. So that is why he is trying to accomplish that. So that I can submit my insurance application and proceed towards policy underwriting and issuance. So user story is written in as a I want so that, and this format is being preferred because it answers probably all the questions for a user story. Then comes the acceptance criteria. So acceptance criteria is basically the set of rules or conditions or requirements that a software system must meet in order to be accepted by the stakeholders. So for the rules or the conditions for this proposal forms are that the customer should be able to enter personal details such as name, date of birth, contact details, and SSN. So we need to check whether all these fields would be there in our application, and accordingly, if all the acceptance criteria have been met, then we can say that we have developed this feature well, and then only this feature would be approved by the stakeholders. Then second is customer should be able to enter the policy details such as sum assured and policy term. Customer will be able to add the nominee details. If the age is less than 18, then the system should require appointee details. Customer should be able to provide health and lifestyle declarations such as smoking and alcohol consumption. System should be validate mandatory fields before allowing submission. System should validate customer age. Customer must upload required documents such as identity proof and income proof, and upon successful validation the system should allow the customer to submit the proposal for underwriting review. So these are the conditions that should be fulfilled in order to develop this feature well. And then in the user story document we mention the activity flow diagram, so that the developers may know how they probably need to develop this feature. Okay, so in the starting the customer would be entering the personal details, then there would be an validation of age eligible for the product or the policy. So let's suppose it is for a term life insurance, and the age that is allowed to take up this policy is 25 years. So the system will check whether the policy holder age is 20 is above 25 or below 25. Okay, then the customer would be entering the policy details, then nominee details, then would be a check between nominee age is less than 18 or greater than 18. If less than 18, then they need to enter the appointed details. Further, customer need to provide the health and lifestyle declaration, and then customer needs to upload the required documents. Then system will validate mandatory fields and rules, and if all the validation has been passed, then the proposal can be submitted for underwriting review. So this is how the flow goes through. So once we have created this activity flow diagram in an user story document, then we probably need to create up the wireframe, so that from seeing this developer can develop the UI and the backend system. So same way I've created the wireframe and mentioned the appropriate fields: personal information, full name, date of birth, and other policy details. Product is term life, policy term, and the sum assured amount. Nominee details, and if the age is less than 18, then the appointee or guardian details. Then the financial information, health declaration, lifestyle declaration such as smoking status, non-smoker, former smoker or current smoker, alcohol consumption, non-occasional frequent, do you participate in hazardous activities, yes or no. And then the documents that need to be uploaded are identity proof, address proof, income proof, and medical illness and allergies would be optional. And then user can submit the form, submit the application. So this is how we'll be creating up the user story document.